Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Coming up on today's news, the Cleveland Browns hosted area high school students for Mayor Justin Bibb's annual Youth Summit. Cross Country Mortgage partnered with K9s For Warriors to sponsor a service dog for a Northeast Ohio military veteran. And local officials gathered to break ground on the Norma Herr Shelter emergency shelter. But first, the city of Cleveland invited residents to share their input regarding the upcoming budget. All community members are encouraged to participate in the budget process by watching a recent town hall meeting held at Cudell Recreation Center. This event provides a valuable opportunity for attendees to learn about how tax dollars are allocated and the essential components that keep the city running smoothly. For those who are unable to attend, the full budget town hall is available for viewing on the TV20 Cleveland YouTube channel. This resource allows residents to stay informed and engaged with the city's financial planning and decision-making process. And joining me now is Dannette Davis, the Bureau Chief for Residential Improvement. Dannette, welcome.
Thank you.
Dannette, what is the Residential Improvement Bureau? Let's start with that first.
So basically, it's all things home repair. So that's what we offer to the residents of the city of Cleveland.
And as Bureau Chief, what is your role in all of this?
My job is to be like the orchestra conductor, is to make sure that all the home repairs are moving smooth, that people are getting services, and that homes and the quality of life is being improved in the city of Cleveland.
Well, let's look at this bureau more intensely. How long has this bureau been in the city for residential improvement? How long has it been around?
Well, it's been around for a while. In its initial state, it was neighborhood development services, or neighborhood services. So it was there for several years, and it was running all the home repair programs in Cleveland.
Well, let's look closely. How does this actually help the residents?
Wow. It changes lives. For delayed maintenance, as everyone may know or not know, that the city of Cleveland is basically all older homes, right? So because we service low to moderate income, we're able to help those individuals who's unable to make those home repairs, ensure that the work is completed and sustain the quality of their homes while improving their lives.
You know, you and I were talking before the show that, Cleveland is full of older homes, but it's kind of tough to delegate, okay, am I going to put money towards a house, or am I going to put money towards necessities like that?
Yeah, it's absolutely difficult because most of our residents are low income. They have to make a choice. Can I afford to fix my roof? Or do I pay for my medicine? Or do I fix my car so I can get back and forth to work? What winds up happening is that's always the choice. It's like the house repair can wait. I live in it, nobody has to see it. It can wait, right? And
you told me, what's the solution? Cleveland's the solution, right?
That's right. The city of Cleveland is the solution. So we are anxiously waiting for people to apply, to be able to assist them with bringing their house up to code, make it safe, and actually help out where we can. So that choice of whether I get my meds or fix my house is not an option that you have to worry about.
So the Bureau is broken up into three offices. Let's go through each one. Briefly talk about what it is they do. Let's look at the intake office. What's that?
The intake office, they're in charge of making sure your application is approved. So they work with you as well as some community engagement specialists out in the community with getting your documentation, as well as entering it into the system to get you personally approved for your home.
Okay. And then moving into the home repair office. Talk about that.
That office is pretty much the next stage of where you go from your intake. They're going into the place of ensuring that your property is approved. So there is some properties that would not be eligible. So we don't go in and fix a condemned house, right? However, if we need to work with other partners, this is where that partnership would come in to see what we can do on the total holistic of your house. How do we bring it up to the place where we can service it?
And from the home repair office, we go into construction management. Kind of makes sense, but talk about that.
Oh, that's where the real work goes. And that's hammer and nails, day-to-day improvement, where their lives begin to see the work of the change. Like right there at their homes, they get to see the hammer and nails change lives, like change what's happening in their life every single day. They go from hole in the wall to hole patched to hole painted to room complete to now I can move in my room, or roof done, no leaks inside. They get to live that day in and day out until completion.
So how can our residents get to this application? How can they, where do they go to get the application to fill out?
So there's quite a few ways, right? So we've recently moved to an online-based application with universal apps, so they can do that with someone in the community, our community engagement specialist at CDCs in the community. They can go to the city's website at www.clevelandohio.gov, or they can just come on down to City Hall and we can get them signed up.
And if they're having problems filling out the application, is there help for them?
Oh, yes. Our intake specialists will help them, as well as our community engagement specialists. They can help them right where they are.
Okay, and you just said it, but let's get out that information. If people want more information about the Bureau, about the application, where can they go? They
can go to the City of Cleveland's website at www.clevelandohio.gov.
All right. Dannette Davis, very nice meeting you. It's a great service the city offers. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is perfect. This is great news. The Spot Youth Empowerment Organization hosted a community dialogue addressing intergenerational communication challenges in Cleveland. TV20's Alex Picterna reports.
The Spot targets Cleveland youth between 14 and 25 with a mission to cultivate civic engagement among the city's emerging leaders. The organization's recent forum sought to bridge generational perspectives by inviting older residents to share their insights and concerns about the city's future.
So if you look in our communities, it's not people my age that's causing problems, it's people this y'all age.
I do appreciate the courage that you young people have. It is an absolutely wonderful thing. And you cannot lock all young people into one category and individualize these situations and things that happen, unfortunate as they may be.
You need to give these children love. They didn't ask to be here. They did, but they deserve the love. That's the problem. Like the Queen said before, we don't have any love, so we got to learn how to give love so we can live. The 3 L's: learn to give love so we can live. Period. That's all I got to say.
Cleveland Councilman Richard Starr participated in the forum, offering personal insights from his own history of youth activism and discussing the complex challenges facing young people in Cleveland and nationwide.
The adults haven't did their job. Everyone pointed to the kids. And what I say this is, I'm the youngest African American on Cleveland City Council. So a lot of my colleagues are my parents' age or older. Some are my grandparents' age. And the adults who've been voting or choosing not to vote have not always held elected officials accountable. So when you talk about a poor education system, where you at when it's come time for parent-teacher conferences? Where you at when it's time to get members on the school board to make sure the curriculum met? Where is you at when it's time to make something impactful happen in your neighborhood? We just was in the space and we are the gun shootout, like it's just normal. But at the end of the day, where you at with your community meeting? It's quick for everybody to get on social media to make a post and point the finger to blame at just one branch of government. But you got to also understand it's more to than just the government. What are you doing to make sure your kids get all the resources they need?
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Young voices filled Huntington Field as students from across Cleveland came together for the mayor's annual youth summit. Here's Alex Picterna with more on this story.
The summit moved beyond City Hall's walls, bringing youth initiatives directly to those they affect most. While policy discussions took center stage, organizers balanced the serious dialogue with an engaging atmosphere.
This brings an opportunity to bring young people together from all across our city to come together and focus on their voice, right? Many times, you hear it said many times how adults, we talk around kids and not listen to our young people. They have some brilliant ideas and suggestions on ways that we can build relationships with young people and then be able to invest in a way that can create a better today and a brighter future.
In many ways, it sparks, what I remember of family reunions in my family, where you had adults, you had young people coming together and sharing their collective wisdom as one community.
CMSD students from across the city connected with peers they might never have met otherwise. The gathering gave them a chance to share their perspectives on Cleveland's future.
We interacted with people I never met before. It started off really good. They gave us refreshments and whatnot, and then we got straight into our groups. I feel like they should do this more often with us, especially students that don't really get to interact with others, or in a small school. And people don't really get to, students don't really get to talk as much. So I feel like if they do this more with students, I feel like it would be really good. I really liked it, and I really interacting with everybody here. And I feel like I would do this again if I had the chance to.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Cross Country Mortgage partnered with K9s For Warriors to sponsor a service dog for a Northeast Ohio military veteran. Let's meet this heroic veteran and his new support dog named Valor.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Ellis, the Northeast Ohio Navy veteran, and his new service dog were honored during a recent Cleveland Browns home game. Ellis said he knew Valor would be the perfect fit for him even before he met what he called his hero dog.
He knows when my anxiety is getting out of control. He recognizes it. If I'm in a situation that I just feel totally uncomfortable with, all I got to do is love on him, and I focus my attention on him, and he gives it right back to me. And it's great. It's amazing.
TV20's video production truck will be at Estherbrook Recreation Center on Saturday, November 9th to cover the Swim Meet Championships. Stop by to watch some great swimming races. We'll be right back with more TV20 news right after this.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Hello, I'm Dr. Dave Margolius, Director of Public Health for the City of Cleveland. In this role, my number one priority is reducing the smoking rate in the City of Cleveland. Unfortunately, Cleveland's smoking rate is 35%, the highest in the nation, and smoking remains the leading preventable cause of death, disability, and disease in our country. But I believe we can change that. Did you know that the majority of people who smoke actually want to quit? It's just so difficult, especially menthol cigarettes. And it's our residents who are specifically targeted by big tobacco. The outcomes are devastating on our collective health. Smoking too often leads to premature disease and needless suffering. If you have loved ones who smoke, please help them quit. And if you are a smoker, please know that help is available. We have a long list of options to help you successfully kick the habit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Together, I know we can reduce smoking rates in Cleveland. Thank you.
And welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb was at the Children's Museum for the launch of his new Prenatal to 3 agenda. The Cleveland Children's Museum, a place for the young to come play, explore, and learn, was a stepping-off point for Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb's new Prenatal to 3 agenda. Cleveland, in partnership with the National League of Cities, wants to enhance the quality of life for prenatal to 3 families.
You know, in the first 3 years of development, we want to be very pragmatic and focused on making sure families have what they need. Those early years of development really shape the long-term future of our families. We know, for example, the access to health care, the access to quality housing, medical care, all of those things impact how a child grows up and what their long-term gains will be, what kind of life they're going to have. Will they go to college? Will they be able to have stable employment? So we want to do all that we can in the city of Cleveland with our partners to ensure that they can grow up great in Cleveland.
Local officials gathered to break ground on the Norma Herr II emergency shelter, marking a collaborative effort between Cuyahoga County, the city of Cleveland, and Emerald Development and Economic Network Incorporated.
Today is a great day in Cleveland and throughout Cuyahoga County because it shows that we are making material progress to work to address and end homelessness in our city and across our county once and for all.
Today we have learned from past challenges and worked tirelessly to design a space that is not only welcoming and nurturing, but one that truly meets the needs of our community.
The facility will provide non-congregate emergency shelter space so residents can better focus on housing, employment, mental health, and substance abuse issues. We do want to meet our residents where they're at and really address their individual needs as you would anyone in your family.
Back in 2021, Congress passed the American Rescue Act plan in 2021, and it was for $5 billion to assist those who are homeless and at risk of homelessness. And as you know, we have a housing crisis in the United States and in this area, and it takes all of us, federal, state, local partners, to make a difference in bridging the gap of affordable housing.
This shelter is going to make a real difference for people, and it goes back to what combating homelessness is all about: safety, stability, and dignity. This is a great day, but we have more work to do as well.
Over the years, the county and its partners have worked tirelessly to improve the conditions at Norma Herr. But the need for expansion and renovation has always been at the forefront of my mind. Today, that dream is becoming a reality.
This renovation and expansion reflects our belief that every person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their circumstances. Shelters like Norma Herr II are essentially not only as a place of temporary refuge, but as a bridge to long-term solutions and stability.
Thank you all, but understand we have so much more work to do. We have so much more work to do because no one in the richest country in the world should not have a place to call home.
For this week's health segment, we turn it over now to our health reporter, Richard Stewart.
Thank you, Dan. And today we're joined by Dr. Wallace Chambers. He's Commissioner of Environment for the Cleveland Department of Public Health. Dr. Chambers, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You've had a very distinguished background in environmental health. Share with our viewers, if you could, a little bit about your journey in public health and how you became interested in a career in this field.
So I became interested in the field of public health. When I was a senior in high school, I was recruited by Ohio University for their Health Careers Opportunities program. And they sent me down to Ohio U for a summer, and they gave us some courses in environmental health and health in general. And it kind of engaged me into the field of public health. And at that time, I was kind of undecided, like most people are, in what career path they wanted to choose. But I picked environmental health science and chose that as a major. And I started my first career with the Akron Health Department in field and public health. And I enjoyed it, and I've been with it ever since. I've been in the field of public health for over 25 years now.
As Commissioner of Environment, what are your primary responsibilities on the job, and what are some of the priorities that you're bringing forth right now?
So as Commissioner, it's a little different from when I started off as a field inspector. And as a field inspector, I was mostly in the field doing that type of work. But as Commissioner, I'm more of an administrative type person. So I do a lot of staffing, budget, and oversight of the program. So I'm more or less an administrative person more than a field person. So that's pretty much the difference in that sense.
Dr. Chambers, environmental health can come with a complex set of issues. There's often a balancing act that takes place between economics and the environment. Share with us, if you could, how you navigate those waters.
Biggest challenges, there's two I would just break down. For one, for us, as far as in the department of staffing, you don't have as many people coming into the field of environmental health as you did in the past. And plus, kids today, they kind of don't stay like they did. Back in my day, people stayed 20 years in the field of public health. Now, kids have opportunities. They stay 3 or 4 years in the field of public health. But as far as environmental concerns in the field of public health, lead poisoning is a big issue in the city of Cleveland due to the age of the housing stock in the city of Cleveland.
You know, lead exposure, as most of us know, still poses a significant challenge here in the city of Cleveland. Recently, there have been some changes in policy made at the administrative level at City Hall. How do you plan to take the new directive from the administration and run with that?
So what we plan to do as a health department, we plan to collaborate with other divisions within the city because it takes more than one agency to solve this problem. From our end, we pretty much focus on children who have elevated lead blood levels, but we don't give out any grant funding. So we try to use those families that have elevated blood lead levels and direct them into the grant programs that exist within the city.
Public trust is a big deal in public health. You have to have the confidence of the people. Share with us how you maintain public health in your department's efforts.
I think best thing we can do is just be transparent. We just have to be transparent with everything we do. Issue orders, we have to be transparent on how we issue the orders, what action we take and why. And the public got to understand what we do and why we do it. And I think that is the biggest thing. They have to be educated on what we do and the public health significance of why we do what we do.
When you think about the future of public health in Cleveland, what are some of your initiatives that you plan to work on, and what do you hope to accomplish during your tenure?
So what I want to accomplish during my tenure is just to educate the public on what we do as a health department. And also I want to increase our enforcement action because I think we need to step up our enforcement in certain areas. And I think between those two, I think we will have a good plan to increase our awareness of public health in the city of Cleveland.
Dr. Chambers, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
He's Dr. Wallace Chambers, Commissioner of Environment for the Cleveland Department of Public Health. I'm Richard Stewart. Back to you, Dan.
The City of Cleveland wrapped up its 2024 Career Fair series at the City Mission. TV20's Alex McTurna has more.
So today we have collaborated with some great partners within the community to bring employment to the community. Our goal today is to focus fully on seasonal, part-time, and full-time work. Now, not only are we focusing on employment, but we're also focusing on resources. So today we have been able to partner with our Ohio DMV to take care of people that may have some issues with their driving record, to knock that out. We've also partnered with our child support services. We've also partnered with some other great partners, but focusing solely on employment is our main goal, and we're delivering that here today at the City Mission.
The City Mission, an organization with a century-long commitment to serving individuals affected by homelessness, substance use disorders, and incarceration, provided a fitting venue for the career fair.
There is something for everyone here. No matter your skill set, no matter what situation you're in, there is always hope. And here is where you can find that. Whether it's among our partnerships, they are here to help. No matter what your past is, you know, we serve those who have been previously incarcerated. That should not prevent you from coming to get the services here at this career fair. So don't let anything hold you back because there's always hope.
The City of Cleveland will host a professional development conference later this year designed to help job seekers enhance their interview skills and career readiness.
So what we're working on for this fall is we're going to do Why Did I Not Get Hired? And that's going to focus on interview techniques, resume techniques, and we're going to focus on doing an open discussion because I know a lot of times we apply for positions and we don't hear from the employers. So we decided to focus on why did I not get hired? We want to hear from the candidates who are not getting hired, and we're going to have these one-on-one discussions with a lot of our professional HR managers. We're going to sit down, we're going to chat, we're going to build out resumes, and we're going to get to the bottom line of why you did not get hired. That's coming soon.
For TV20, this is Alex McTurna.
Join TV20's arts and entertainment reporter Cornell Calhoun III as he sits down with local artists, actors, singers, poets, and other creatives for an in-depth interview on his show, Creative Focus. You can watch Creative Focus here on TV20 or on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. We'll be back with more TV20 news right after these messages. Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. In response to concerns about potential branch closure, Huntington Bank has reaffirmed its dedication to the Buckeye Neighborhood by hosting a community resource fair. Here's TV20's Alex Picterna with the story.
Due to increasing crime in the area, the Buckeye Neighborhood's Huntington Bank branch had initially announced plans to close its doors. However, through collaborative efforts between the City of Cleveland and other grassroots organizations, the situation has improved enough for the bank to keep its branch open.
The bank president, the regional president, gave me a call, and Sean Richardson basically said, hey, we got some concerns, and we're going to have to close the bank.
We really took a data-driven approach in terms of how we wanted to pinpoint where violent crime was occurring. And because of that strong foundation that we built, we were able to come up with some very effective strategies to get violent crime down, to get the right engagement from Huntington Bank, and to get their commitment that they were going to open back up again.
And not only did they come back, but they came back with products that are unique to our community, that can support home ownership, that can support home rehabilitation. So it's a great day just to watch the story that happened to make this all come together.
So the fact that Huntington has its logo right in the heart of a major commercial district here in Buckeye shows the residents that we care, that we're supporting them, and that we're focused on doing everything we can to bring our neighborhoods back.
The Huntington Bank branch in the Buckeye Neighborhood serves as much more than just a place to cash checks for local residents. For many in the community, the bank location is a vital lifeline in establishing generational wealth and financial stability. By maintaining a presence in the neighborhood, the Huntington Bank branch provides crucial banking services and resources that enable residents to build assets, save for the future, and achieve greater economic security.
So we are doing mortgages on a relaxed credit basis with the guarantee and support of the SBA. We're also offering home repair, where we're matching some of the dollars we provide with sourcing other grant dollars available. So if you need a new roof or new heating and air conditioning, we are here to help. We'll provide the credit and we'll get you some extra dollars along the way.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. We are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.